So this movie is based off a real life tragedy, but I think the real tragedy this weekend was the fact that this movie didn't make it number one. Instead, it was like right along two.
There is yet another example of the failure of our species.
I know, I can't believe people legitimately said, you know what, I'd rather go see Ride Along 2 instead of Star Wars Episode 7, The Revenant, and 13 Hours.
Yeah, it just shows that the, you know, uh, various trans fats and what have you in foods are just starting to tear our brains apart and turn our younger generations into the next generation of idiots. But anyways.
I know, I mean, we kind of saw this when Pacific Rim 2, Pacific Rim lost to like Grown Ups 2 in opening weekend a while back.
Yeah, that's a crime against our planet, I think, to be honest. Like,
exactly. Yeah, so anyway, welcome to Unscripted. This is Tyler from Anchor Reviews.
And Steven from Steven Lawson Studios.
Yep, this is the first Unscripted we've done. This year we plan to do a lot more in the future. Not just because it gets a lot of views, but also the fact that there's just a lot coming out this year alone. So anyway, today we have 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
Yes. I was very interested in this movie going in, not only because I am a Michael Bay fan, brace for impact.
But, yeah, Jeremy Jans.
Yeah, but also it was a very interesting topic that I think that I could stand to, and a lot of people could stand to be educated on learning about. And I mean, obviously, you can only take so much from a movie, but it's certainly a place to start in learning about what truly happened in Benghazi.
True that, but also sadly a lot of people did not really see this. I mean, a lot of people were aware of this event, but sadly the media was like, oh, we gotta look at this dog yawning as more newsworthy than something like this that happened.
That was on ABC, right?
Yeah, or somewhere like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's just, come on, people. I mean, this is an event that more people should be talking about. More people should be aware of this kind of event that happened. It's a kind of historic. It happened on September 11th. Like, that doesn't even ring any bells for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, even the dog example that we just gave, that really says to me, the media station saying, look over here, be distracted, who's a good boy,
Okay. I guess we should talk about the plot to this movie. Okay, so the movie is based on a true story, of course, of the Benghazi attack that happened back in 2012, and it's about several, soldiers, and this is pretty much their story. This is also based off a book that is based off the real event. And the main character, of course, that's gotten a lot of attention, the actor playing this is John Krasinski from The Office.
Yes, and he is far away from home in this one, both literally and in, the element from what he's usually played.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually, more of a serious role, but I think he kind of, pulled it off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think I'd rather watch this than The Office ever again, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a fan of The Office, but
I really cared for it. I'm not a big fan of those shows that go like sudden zoom-ins and that sort of thing. I notice a lot of not so good shows like Modern Family and Parks and Recreations do that. That's just, my opinion.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And Dwight Schrute was definitely the best part of that. But anyways, getting off topic again.
Yeah, so pretty much him and John Krasinski plays a guy named Jack who is part of these, soldiers that are supposed to be in the Benghazi area, part of a militarized base, because we have a lot of military bases around the world. And then one night, pretty much a coordinated attack on an embassy, and these are the soldiers that are kind of said like, oh, we're supposed to be like the last resort, but Jack and company decide we're gonna go help out.
Yeah, I think more than Jack, it was the guy he seemed to look up to throughout the whole thing, Tyrone, the first white guy in history.
Exactly.
Of that name. But yeah, apparently that really was this Caucasian person's name, which was beyond belief to me. But yeah, he seemed to be very much the leader and brains of the operation. But
Yeah, it's kind of like the veteran kind of deal, and John Krasinski's character was definitely more of like, I mean, he's been there for a while, but not as long as Tyrone was.
very much second in command presence.
And then there's this other guy. I'm trying to remember his name, but where we saw him in that. He was pretty much like a discount Tim Tebow. Was it?
I think it was Tonto. Was it Tonto?
Something like that. Oh, so I guess Lone Ranger's in this one too.
Yeah. They made some Indian joke in it and referred to him as Tonto. Oh yeah, it was the French-Indian War.
Yeah, no, you probably expected like Johnny Depp, like kind of doing like some variation of like Jack Sparrow in this one,
Right.
But no, this is just some guy whose nickname is Tonto.
Yes.
Yeah. So pretty much this pretty much follows the when they get there, and then of course the actual day that happened, and it chronicles the 13 hours that it happened.
And yes, they were intense, to put it kindly.
Yeah, but the sad thing about it is the fact that I feel like the movie was kind of too. I think it took too long to get going.
I think that's fair. I also think I don't know if it's just how the military works, but I almost felt that up until the very end, the odds weren't incredibly stacked against them. Because
at least in quantity, I mean, they were pretty much outnumbered, at least man-wise.
Yeah, but I mean, it was very clear that it was mowing the lawn. It was just knocking these guys down like bowling pins.
Well, except that those bowling pins had guns and they shot back at you.
Yeah, but I mean, towards the end especially, they were held back in. I don't want to say the fortress. That's such a idiotic word, but the headquarters or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much their Alamo.
Mm-hmm. And so they would get a couple shots at them from up high, but until mortar got involved, it wasn't as dangerous for them. It was just shooting.
Yeah. But also, I would say that there were times where it was like intense when there was a firefight. For example, we saw like the enemy get like the cap like severed with just like bullets alone.
Oh,
and then we saw this one guy get shot. We were supposed to fire like rocket launcher, and it fires down, blows up all the guys around him. We're like, fail.
Yeah, he got shot in the head, and he kind of did this limpid, and his muscles contracted or something, and the missile launcher pointed down at the ground, hit the ground, and blew up everyone around him. It was.
I know, it's like playing Call of Duty again.
Yeah, pretty far out.
Yeah, before Call of Duty kind of, before they started to run themselves to the ground. But I'm talking about like the early Modern Warfare days.
Call of Booty.
Oh yeah, but wasn't there like a place they're calling like where like he was saying, so we gotta go to Djibouti, and us being so immature, we were like snickering like,
yes,
Djibouti.
I wondered how many people in the audience thought, oh, those absolutely wretched teenagers.
Well, it wasn't as crass as when they're watching some like videos, and some reason we see like a clip of these rabbits having sex. I'm like, what was with that?
I'm not surprised. I mean, Michael Bay will throw stuff like that in, stuff just randomly, and I appreciate it. Other people, egaz, sexual intercourse. I can't.
Well, this movie should, impress the, big Michael Bay critics. We would say, oh, he's misogynistic and whatever. But the female characters in this one weren't sexualized whatsoever. They, even the tough. I'm not saying that every single female character has to be, respectful or strong or whatever. They just felt like these are realistic people, of course, or they have to portray. And I feel like they did a good job with that, especially the main characters in that.
Absolutely, and I mean, there was definitely a strong American patriotic sense about the whole thing, and the ending, how it wrapped up. I won't spoil it, but it definitely gave a honor your veterans
it made
vibe
sense
about it. And I think we both made the point that it wasn't very quick to point out it's their fault. It kind of just had a chaotic feel about the situation, and they handled it the best they could.
And that was a good thing. And back to what you're saying about the how they directed everything. It is a trope in Michael Bay films to show the American flag. In fact, there's a shot in the movie where a mortar is shot, and it pretty much we follow it and it hits its target. It's pretty much like Pearl Harbor, which is another Michael Bay film he did. But this one is better than Pearl Harbor. But I'm not saying Pearl Harbor is bad. I'm just saying, it's not Michael Bay's fault the script's not good.
Yeah.
He just directs in that. But one thing I'm not a big fan of Michael Bay, but I will say that I do like the fact that he'll take charge when it comes to production. He'll actually grab the camera himself and, move the camera around himself and so on. And I like it when someone takes charge, is willing to get their hands dirty.
Absolutely. That is a good quality.